Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebar2go.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we discuss some of the inside jokes of the Bourbon Daily. My name is McNew. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Kathy Cool, Jeff Andreesi, and Miss Beka Sue.
Hey gang, what's up?
Howdy. Hey, guys.
Hey everyone.
Hello. I was going to say something during McNew's intro there, but I didn't want to ruin it. It would have been ruined.
Don't ruin my shit.
So, yes, we're going to be talking about some of the inside jokes of the Bourbon Daily. It'll be fun. And again, we don't have a list here. No one's prepared that. So it's just off the top of our head. So we'll see if we can remember any, and maybe none.
We'll have zero.
It's going to be a 5-minute show, guys. We're only doing small talk.
It could. But Jeff said he's got small talk. So no matter what, this has to save the show, Jeff. What do you got?
I don't know if I can save the show. But so I was watching a scary movie the other night. Salem's Lot, the newest version.
Oh yeah. Oh,
and that's that book is a book that really terrified me even when I was in college. So, do you remember a time that something terrified you?
Oh. Yes. One time, I used to have a little manland downstairs, and I started watching a movie right at before twilight, and it was The Exorcist. By myself in the basement. It's the basement unfinished at that time. It's still not finished really. The floor's not done, but the rest of it is. There's walls and all that. At this time, it's just, totally unfinished, and I'm down there. And I watched that movie, and it's kind of scary by myself down there. And then it gets dark outside, and it's like totally dark in the basement. And I realized that I forgot to turn on the light at the steps, at the top of the steps. Oh. I turn off the TV, and I'm like, shit, I gotta go. I could walk all the way up steps, or I could probably just turn off this light and walk up the steps. I turn off the light and start heading up the steps. I start freaking out. About halfway, I start just running as fast as I can up the steps, because for some reason, I think The Exorcist is in the house at that point. It's like, we got the call. It's from inside the house. And I just start tearing up the stairs, and I fling the door open, and the wife is like, what's going on? I'm like, oh, I just watched The Exorcist. That was fine because I was back in the daylight and stuff. But man, that was not an easy. I freaked myself out, and that was as a full-grown adult. I was probably 25 at the time. That was here at the house here back when we were young, newly married, and had my manland down there set up. And
there's a basement here?
There's a basement, yeah.
That's a good scare.
There's always something about stairs, though, like especially if you're in a basement.
Right. Walking
nice
up
the open stairs too. Like
they can grab your legs.
They can grab your legs. I got no light on. I can't see. No light on.
Yep, scary.
And they could reach in there and just they got me. Then. They got me.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's that, and it's also going to the bathroom. Like I'm a horror movie. I love a horror movie, but I'm also like. But at the end of the night, I'm like, can you just like walk me to the bathroom? Like, I know it's just in the hallway, but like, can you
just walk you to the bathroom?
Does it to me? I don't know. I'm not doing it now.
The only person that does it too is McNew, oddly.
It is. I don't know why. The thumbs up, for those who are listening and can't see our screens, it always does the thumbs up.
Does the thumbs up.
At the dumbest times, because I wasn't even, now that I'm trying.
He's trying, it doesn't work.
But I'm also like, go to the bathroom with me, because bathrooms are terrifying after a horror movie.
So is that your terrifying moment, just going to the bathroom after a horror movie?
No,
Or do you have
the
an
first
incident.
time I was ever really traumatized, I think I was 10 and my brother was 9, and we lived in this farmhouse at the time, and it was like there was a big lot, but it was surrounded by cornfields on all 3 sides except for where the road was. And my mom worked seconds at that time. And my dad was like one of those dads who was like trying to be a cool dad, but he was like, do whatever you want. Yeah, we can write. He would like take us to like the Blockbuster or whatever, because that's what we did then. And he'd be like, get whatever you want. And he let us get Children of the Corn. Kids surrounded by cornfields. He lets us rent Children of the Corn. He falls asleep in his damn recliner. And Eric and I are just like 10 and 9, like glued to the TV. And my mom gets home and she's like, what? She wakes him up. She's like, why are they so scared? And he's like, I don't know. And she pops it out of like, I think it was like a VCR at the time. And she's like, are you kidding me? We did not sleep for like that entire weekend, because we were just like, there's kids in the cornfield. But that was the first time. My mom was so pissed.
She's not happy.
No.
So I get a little thing to add. When I was at a barbecue contest, it was held in the town where they filmed some of that movie in
Cool.
Iowa. And I can't think of the name of the small town, but the flagpole and the whole thing right in the center of town there. So that's a scary movie.
It is a scary movie. And we were so young. We should not have been allowed to watch that, but he was just kind of like, yeah, do what you want. It's fine. It was not fine.
Beka, you have a scary situation?
Well, I feel like we're just kind of putting them in with movies, so I'll stick with that. When I was younger, I was over at our neighbor's house, and I don't know why I was over there. They were like old people, and I don't know why I would be hanging, like they were just like, it was like an old couple, and we just go over to their house sometimes. And they had the movie Critters on.
Okay.
And everyone's like, no, you mean Gremlin. And I'm like, no, not Gremlins, Critters, which is way fucking scarier. It's absolutely terrifying. And that was on. And I was terrified of like under the bed and like any sort of weird spaces, because that was such a freaky movie. I was probably like 9, and that movie freaked me out so bad. I was like, I would have to like jump up onto beds all the time, because I was like, there is going to be a weird critter that runs out and fucking murders me. So there was that, it's still like, if I think about it, it still kind of freaks me out. And then another time when I was probably 17, the movie, I think it's called They, came out.
Okay.
Very freaky movie. And I watched it at one of my friend's houses at like midnight. And then I still had to drive home. She lived in the middle of nowhere. And I had to like walk out to my car. It's just pitch black outside, which in the movie, that's exactly how it is, because it's a horror movie. And I had to drive home, and I just was just heart racing the entire time home until even when I get to my room, because the whole movie is just darkness. And it was like, I can't watch either of those movies still. Like, there's no way I could watch either one of those. And like, I'm sure if I watched them, I'd be like, oh, this is just so stupid and silly. No, they both freaked me out. So no thanks.
There you go. And Kathy, how about you?
Oh, I was a big scaredy cat as a kid.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I'd run home from my friend's house because it would be dark, and I'd think that people were going to jump out of the trees at me, or wouldn't put my foot down next to the bed because something was going to grab it. I had a friend who her birthday was October 30th. So every year she'd have a slumber party, and we would watch something like Halloween and then go to a haunted house.
Yeah.
And this was back in the day where they could like actually grab you and pull you into a different area of the haunted house. And would scare the shit. I would lie awake the entire night in her basement wondering when the ghost was going to pop up and show up.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
When I was a kid, we had a party like that at my house. My mom let us go pick out VCR, some movies and stuff like that when I was young. And we got the Toolbox Murders. It was me and my buddies. Ooh, that was fantastic. There was a lot of nudity in there. My mom didn't know. We were like, what the hell?
Some of it was even female.
Yeah, it was all female. It was like, whoa, there's a woman in a bathtub with she got something out of the toolbox she was using. We were like, what the? Patrick, did you see that? He was like, oh, geez. That was amazing for that age. We were like, whoa. Yeah, that was educational, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was educational. Guy, she was in the bathtub with this a thing. She's pleasuring herself, and a guy, I believe, came up behind her with like it was a toolbox murder. So he killed everybody with toolbox stuff. It was like a drill. He came up to me from behind her with a drill, just drill right through
There
it.
must have been a sound associated with that.
Oh yeah, there was a sound. Yeah, there was a sound. Yeah. Well, you mean like this?
Oh,
And here we are with the.
That's what we heard. That was coming out of the bathtub part of it. That was not when she got killed. So yeah, that was
Yes.
different sound. Yeah. Jeff, you asked the question. What's your answer here?
Yeah, back to the movie theme. So Jaws came out in what, like 1975, 76,
Yes,
somewhere
75.
in there.
Yes.
And
My
I
mom wouldn't let me go
was,
see that.
I would,
Curious.
well, 70. I was 8 if it came out in 75.
It came out in 75.
And my dad wanted to see it. My mom wouldn't go. So Dad took me to see Jaws. And there's two parts of that movie fairly early, and they know there's a shark, and they're down there inspecting this boat down underwater. There's a hole in the boat. Yeah, the hole's there, and the head rolls out.
yeah.
And I jumped, and my dad started giggling at me. I just remember this. And he said, "You okay?" "Yeah, it just scared me." Well, the other one's when Roy Scheider is chumming over the boat, and Jaws comes up right next to the boat, and Dad and I both jumped at that one.
Oh,
And it scared the crap out of both of us. And I looked at me, "You okay?" He said, "You smart ass." "Yeah, I'm fine," but it scared me too.
okay.
Did
So
you ever
that's
go
like-
on the Jaws ride at Universal?
Yes.
I've only been to Universal once, and it was shut down when I was there. So
That was a good ride. It was freaky.
Yeah.
so there's been other times scared, but the movie one, that one still sticks with me because those two scenes.
Right. I always thought that it was, really pretty crazy. Remember the woman swimming at the beginning? That's like on all the movie posters and all
Oh, yeah.
that. But the funniest thing about that always got to me was when I finally did get to see it, my mom wouldn't go, and then she was like, when she gets back, I'm furious. That was like the biggest movie going, and I wanted to see it. I had some friends that got to go see it and stuff like that. My mom wouldn't take me, and then she goes and sees it with my dad, and she's like, "I'm glad we didn't take you." A woman ran out of the theater screaming, which like, what the fuck? Why would she run out of the theater screaming? So, but anyway, but the thing that got me when I first saw it was the nude lady, she's swimming and all that, and she gets pulled violently underwater, and then kind of pops back up. She's like, I wonder what the hell's going on here. The shark has done this. It doesn't have arms where it grabs you and pulls you under. It had to bite her, but she was just like, "Oh, that's peculiar. That doesn't normally happen when I swim nude."
And they do that numerous times. We just
Right.
watched all of these, like, just literally a month ago. And it's like they do that a few times where it's like a little tug, and they're like, "What could that have been?" And then, and then the push through the water of the actor of just like, and their arms are up and they're flying through the air.
Yeah.
And it is fucking silly.
It is.
But it is freaky because guess what? Every person goes in the water and is like, "Ooh, what if I'm about to get eaten by a shark?"
So yeah, movie the soundtrack definitely made that movie too.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of, to me, Jaws is a little ridiculous as you try to look back on it. It was definitely at the time, obviously cutting edge and cool, but yeah, it doesn't hold up, but it's still good storytelling. Kind of like King Kong. You go back, you watch King Kong. If you're looking at it as are the great special effects, no, but this is made in 1933, King Kong. So
Right.
yeah,
A lot of good screams.
yep. So.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, guess what, gang? It's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Kathy Gould.
Oh, okay. I'm going to open this bottle of Wild Turkey, the 70th anniversary release.
Oh, nice. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Wow.
That's going to be tough to beat. McNew, see if you can beat that.
I almost don't even want to try, but I have a Knob Creek 9.
That was the cork pop?
Yeah, it sounded weird here. Like it was kind of, it sounded dry. Like I don't understand what it just did, but yeah.
All right. Becca, what do you got here?
From Steve's collection, I've got some Old Forester here, a single barrel Forest Select 6.
Okay.
I'm not going to drink the rest of it, but I should. Oh,
Okay.
there was nothing.
Nothing there. Kathy still has the lead. I'm going to go next. I've got 10th Mountain here. So 10th Mountain, just the regular product. So let's see what we got here. Second place. Not that great. Jeff, your last but not least. Kathy has the lead. What do you got?
So I have some Blue Run. They're golden rye whiskey. And I just noticed there's a little tag hanging on the neck that says it was a gold winner. So sorry to hear that.
Okay, that was nice. It was cute, but not enough. Kathy wins that thing. So cheers to Kathy. Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay.
Oh, we can actually clink each other.
Yeah, we're actually here. We can clink. So there you go.
Real life.
Yep. All right, what we'll do next, we'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to be talking about some of these inside jokes, the things that people talk about who are fans of the show. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of Executive Bourbon Steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your Executive Bourbon Steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your Executive Bourbon Steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com. And now, back to the show.
This is Willie C. Moore, and I'm here with MB Rowan, and you're listening to the Bourbon Kit Daily.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking about our own inside jokes.
Yes, we are. There's things that become part of being a Bourbon Daily listener that, you talk about. And some of those things you can throw out there. Someone's like, I listen to the show, and I'm like, oh, well, yeah, well, I'll say something that is clearly from the show. And if they don't react to it, I know that, maybe they've listened to a show, but that doesn't mean they're a listener of the show. Mm-hmm. So the people that get these things are listeners of the show. They hear this stuff. So that's what we're talking to, the inside jokes where you hear this stuff again. What are some of the ones that you guys can think of that you would think are...
I have one.
Okay.
I know I'll think of more, but just me being absolutely terrible at my intros. and just not be able to say anyone's names correctly. If you listen long enough, you hear me butcher everyone's name.
Also me. Apparently, we're terrible.
Just a host not knowing how words work at all.
Prerequisite to be a host.
I think you two are great. So yeah.
Well, you have to say that, but thank you.
So, like, really though, if your last name has more than 3 syllables, I am absolutely fucking it up the first couple times.
Weebrink? Are you like
Weebrink?
Weebrink? It's
Or Tracy Napolitano. I didn't
yeah,
know.
he spells that like a fucking jackass. How the fuck am I supposed to know how Weebrink is fucking? It's
And he doesn't like you say it wrong. You can't say it Brink. He gets pissed.
Yeah. I mean, like some of the people we've had on. How the fuck do you? I still say people's names wrong.
And like Lenny Eckstein, like I will go in the script and change it to be spelled that way because I want to say Steen every time, and I know that it's wrong. I often change the script to be like, this is how it sounds in my head, so I will make it read like that way to me very often.
Oh yeah, like it needs to be like what is it? Phonetically spelled so that we don't say it wrong. I at one point had Steve's last name wrote in my notebook Akeley because I was like, I can't remember this motherfucker's name. I can't remember how to say it
I don't remember
right.
you ever saying my name wrong, so it must have worked.
Yeah, because I was always like, is it Ackley?
Right.
No. Yeah.
Not Ackley.
Akeley.
Yes,
Yeah.
I will change people's names in the script all the time just to benefit myself. Sorry if that's you. You'll never know it's you. I will.
Another inside joke would be me just yelling
You're yelling at people.
Winkle.
Winkle.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Was that show five? Was it 529?
Yeah.
That show 529. That's our most popular
See?
show. Yeah, 529. That's an inside joke in itself. Show 529.
Oh God.
People who know that show, that's the show you should listen
just saying the words 529.
Yeah,
Because if you don't know what that means.
But yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Both McNew and Beka are on that show. And the funny thing is, McNew, who's usually our worst drunk at any live event,
She was the sober
slightly
one.
better than Beka, but only slightly better. She was upright. Beka was running in and out of consciousness during the show.
I was asleep.
2 times Beka just drops and then comes back and still wants to play the goddamn game.
Winkle!
Winkle.
And then there's my early shows where I used to just like be on the floor and I was trying so hard just to
It's
finish.
true. That's an inside joke too.
Yelling
We're
at,
remembering that you're, yeah.
Or
Dropping
the
your
time that
phone.
you quiet quit for about 2 months,
Yeah.
where you
Yeah.
just kind of show up and then leave.
Disappear.
Just disappear.
Yeah.
And it got so bad, the worst it ever was, Kathy was always on those, because I had to have Kathy on those shows, because I knew she'd have to take over when McNew left, because she was leaving all the time. And then the worst offense was she shows up for 15 minutes and signs off in the middle, does the intro, fucking turns her computer off and leaves, and we're like, what the fuck? We're not even to the drinking part of the show. And she's done. And we're like, we got 4 more. Well, this is a show. Then we got 4 more after this, and our host is gone. So, yeah.
To be fair, I was really blacked out before I even arrived at those. I don't remember.
It happened. Like there were so many times on Sundays where I would be completely, because I just Sunday fun day all the time before shows, and I'd just be completely fucking smashed by the time I get on the shows, and then I'd get blacked out. Obviously, I mean,
Yeah. No, like it. What, like October 2022, I was just like barely here, and I'm just kind of like, I got a lot going on. My bad. I'm gonna do better.
Pre-gaming is a problem.
yeah,
That can be, yes.
It's always a really bad idea or a really good idea, depending on how you like the shows to go.
Right. Well,
What about Danny's the shot?
Oh my
Oh,
God.
Yeah.
shot.
Texas.
9 ounce
9-ounce
pour.
shot.
The big
right.
boot.
Yeah. The big Texas spore. Yeah. Yeah.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
It's definitely, and of course, Danny's just an inside joke. I mean, all the bumpers and stuff like that. That's all,
He was gold.
he was gold. He
Happy
was a funny
Festivus.
guy.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, the text me before you're going to text me.
Text me.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Nutella popcorn.
right.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Then he'd come on and he would love that. He would make like the people his job would of course listen to the shows and be laughing at him. He loved that. Being that guy, was definitely something that he enjoyed. So we're never making fun of Danny. We're laughing with him because he laughed at that stuff. All the
Danny
stuff we laughed.
wanted me to scream at him.
Right, he did. He literally
Like
did.
people can think I'm being mean to Danny all they want. I was giving that guy what he wanted.
Right,
Oh,
exactly.
absolutely.
Asking for it.
Exactly what he wanted.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was me screaming.
Yeah. Yeah.
He had an alter ego.
He did. He did. Freddie
Freddie
Mills.
Mills.
Freddie
Freddie
Mills.
Mills.
approves.
Freddie Mills approves.
That was the funniest shit.
Yeah.
Ryan Thompson being a billionaire.
Billionaire.
Absolutely.
That is not true for anyone that just started listening.
No.
He's not a
On the
billionaire.
show, he's a billionaire, 100%.
Billionaire Ryan Thompson.
He shows up with a monocle. Come on.
Oh yeah, he
And
likes it.
he has a night. He bought a whole night.
Oh, thumbs up there. from
Thumbs
the-
up. Thumbs up to the
I
billionaire.
love KK's bumper. I drink stupid scotch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
He bought,
KK bumper
he
is too.
bought the stupid armor head,
Yeah.
Right.
The night.
and it had the bottle in it, and it was just, it couldn't have been good scotch. And he spent like $350 on it.
Right. And all for a joke. And here's the thing too. Ryan doesn't know. And again, he has some sort of peculiar billionaire tendencies where he's like not in tune with like the real world and how he doesn't know anything about pop culture or anything like that. And if he does, it's from when he was like a kid. And he still thinks that people watch the show. If you watch Ryan and what he does, a lot of it's visual because he assumes because we got the cameras on that it's filmed and people are watching. He's never listened to the show or anything. He doesn't know how to listen to a podcast. And so he bought that thing just for the visual joke of him having that on
And
a
nobody's-
podcast that people listen
No
to.
one sees
No
it.
one watched.
No one saw it. No one even saw the joke. Yeah.
I love
So
it.
that's how he gets to be the billionaire.
Didn't you like release it though on YouTube, Steve? Like a short?
I did a short where I put all together to music.
That was the
That
funniest.
was
The
best.
music was so perfect for that.
That was the best thing I've ever edited.
And like it has like 12 views.
Right. No one
And
cares.
it's the funniest fucking video ever. I called Steve and I'm like, that was the funniest. She's like, Amy thinks I'm fucking stupid for it. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
Oh.
My wife hated it.
that's the funniest thing that you've ever done is that stupid fucking video that's got 12 views on
Yeah.
it.
I need to re-release
so
that one.
funny.
It's fucking hilarious.
It's so
So where did
it starts out so slow, and I built the case, and he's a
it was
billionaire.
amazing.
Yeah.
Where did Evan get the Von Neaters? Where did that start?
Steve just started calling him Von Neaters.
I just thought that name seemed better as Von Neaters than Evan Neaters.
Fair.
So yeah, so I was like, the Von Neaters, and then it sounds like a villain, so he liked it because it sounded like a superhero villain. So.
I love it. That's his freaking Instagram handle. It's
Yeah, exactly.
just
Well, same with new guy.
Oh, like
new
we were
guy,
on
yeah.
today, and we're like, "Oh, you have to make that your Instagram," and he like made it on the show.
Mhm.
And the new guy.
That shows his
Okay, yeah.
VIPness.
That's one of my favorite inside jokes of the whole thing.
Penis.
I love doing that, and I love doing it in mixed crowds that has some people that are Bourbon Daily listeners and some aren't. I'll be like, look at the level of VIPness that we have here. There's so much VIPness, and I'll see the people that aren't fans and be like, you got to be careful when you're saying that, and people will be like, no, that's an inside joke. That's a Bourbon Daily thing. I love that. People think that they're correcting you and getting. And so I continue to do it all the time. I do it at the shop. I don't know who's. So we got events. I don't even know who the people are out there. Sometimes I'll be like, oh, we. If you become a syndicate member, you get so much VIPness. You're all your friends are gonna be jealous of your VIPness. So everyone's gonna want to see your VIPness. It's the whole.
That is a classic one. I probably told this story once. My brother and I were at a Grace Potter concert, and we had VIP tickets, and they had a special bar back there. And I walked up to the bar and said, "Do I need to show you?" And I'm reaching for my badge, my VIPness, to get a drink back here. The waitress or the bartender behind the bar said yes, and then she realized what she said yes to, and she said,
I said, "Oh
yeah,
no."
that was a good one. You got to use that wherever you can.
Oh yeah.
Here's an older one, at least from 2020. Now Beka.
Now Beka, yes. We used to do a whole commercial series called the Now Beka. Yes.
It was all for Thousand Oaks Barrel Company.
Yes.
And it was
They were in
some
a
of
young
the-
relationship, and I thought, yes.
It was a collection of the worst commercials.
Oh, that's when Royce was trying to act.
Yes.
Exactly. And it was a collection of the worst
I did a podcast on
commercials
this, which is also
that have
funny.
ever been done. And the worst part was I did really well, which McNew, if you remember
Right.
us doing commercials, we always
Yeah.
would do so bad.
The way
And
that it'd be like a fucking Tuesday night. We
I mean, horrible.
3 goddamn times.
And we're trying to
get
read on
together.
the teams like, just start over, girl, start over, girl. Because we did so bad all the time.
So
But
bad.
for that particular time, I nailed every single line, never re-record with me, and Royce bombed every fucking one.
He was so
Now-
funny. It was great,
so
though.
flat,
Yeah.
Now, Becca.
Yeah.
like he
Be a
was
kiss.
reading a script.
Being good.
Oh,
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
There's also all the damn words that I pronounce weird that Steve cannot let go of, like
Runt.
face and runte. I don't even know what else is out there.
yeah.
It's a polite thing to do.
Polite thing to do. That didn't stem from the show though. That stemmed from real life.
That was real life, yeah. This is definitely a show thing. McNew's love for ranch. I mean, we found the fact that we blew the lid off the cover. She opened a refrigerator one time, and we got to see in there, and there's ranch dressing in there. Like,
You guys have never got to visit my kitchen. No.
yeah,
But
So what's even
no, I really am concerned about where this came from because I do sometimes forget shows. And I'm like, where did the ranch allegations stem from? Because I really hate them so much.
I
Like,
bet Lenny probably invented it so that he wouldn't be called a vegan anymore.
Lenny.
that's another inside joke.
Lenny and his fucking sandwiches.
Yeah, made sandwiches. Yeah, loves tinned fish.
Wait, but where? No, really though. Like, where did the ranch start? Because I have no idea, but it like pisses me off. Actually,
You got drunk. you got blackout drunk, and you were like, "I'm going to tell you a secret, guys. I say I hate ranch because it seems so stereotypical, but I actually love it." And
No.
we're like, "Whoa, okay."
No, 'cause I think there was an episode where like we were talking about blue cheese, and I'm like, yeah, I like blue cheese, but Chris likes ranch, and I only buy it for him. And then you're like, oh, so there's ranch in your fridge, and I said yes because there is, but it's not mine. And I think that's where it came from. But now it's a whole fucking thing, and I'm like, I want to die. I hate it.
So good.
Everything that's ever been said about McNew, the worst thing anybody's ever said.
How
about
dare they?
is she likes
So-
I
ranch.
know, right?
Yeah.
You guys should have
This is
put
where
some
it
on your
lands.
pizza tonight.
I like ranch.
She likes ranch. It's terrible. Her life is ruined.
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 The ranch allegations.
There's
What I
also
love-
the Egyptian sand cat.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the Egyptian. Which is still on what is Urban Dictionary, courtesy of
Yeah.
Tim Smith. Or,
Yeah.
Egyptian sand cats on there.
Swat on the
Yeah.
set.
Wyatt on the set.
Wyatt
for
on the
sure.
set's a good one.
Wyatt on the set. Yeah.
Tim's cork pops have got to be a great running joke. That's just awesome.
Yeah. They're so bad. He doesn't really have a cork pop.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he can't figure it out.
Right. Yeah.
It's got to be his mic settings because I feel like they're really good to him in person, and we're just like, no.
I like when he accuses me. Becca, is there any sort of soundboard equipment, anything here that would indicate I can turn him off that no one hears his cork pops?
Well, other than all these buttons.
Yeah. The mega board. Yeah. No, there's nothing here.
This specific button that says turn off Tim's mic.
Other than that button, is there anything here that would indicate
Other than that, just that one button.
that one button? Yeah.
What about who's that that athlete with the big tits?
Oh,
Kate
athlete.
Upton?
Yeah, Kate Upton.
She's an actress.
Oh,
That is
she's
it.
married to an athlete.
Yeah,
Yeah. But Steve had her
She's-
cutout behind him for
I
a
did.
long time.
I did. Yes, I finally had to take that down because we're having people from the bourbon industry. They were like, "Why is Kate Upton behind you?" I'm like,
In a bikini.
I'm sure that's why it had to go down.
It
right?
was a from retail store too. Rob Clairday got it for me. It's
I don't even see her.
it's
in
here somewhere. I think it's behind that.
It's above his bed.
It's
Right.
above the
It's
Oh,
on the
there's
ceiling.
another one. Steve's fucking fork.
my fork.
Oh, the god.
Steve's fork and his Farrah Fawcett pillow.
I love my Farrah Fawcett pillow. I mean,
I
Farrah
haven't
was-
heard the Farrah Fawcett pillow.
Oh,
That was the same show. That
He
was the same
sleeps
show.
with it every single night.
Yeah, I have a Farrah
He
Fawcett
has
pillow.
for like 55 years.
My grandma got it for me whenever Farrah was big. 76, 77, whenever that was. She
Did
got
she
me out.
even know what she was doing to that poor pillowcase?
Oh, that poor pillow. Oh god.
I don't want to know what it's gone through.
No, stop it.
Hey now, hey now.
Hey now.
Hey now.
Hey now. That's definitely one.
And then we had to buy Steve's fork for the house.
Yeah.
We've got one of his forks at the
We got
house.
a
Actually, we didn't buy it. Brian Murphy bought it.
I don't even know how Brian Murphy, again, we're an audio podcast. How does Brian Murphy know that's the goddamn fork?
Because you posted it on the
Posted
internet.
the picture.
You posted
Yes,
the
I did. I guess I did.
Yeah.
Maybe. Somehow he found it. How do you track down that fork then? So Brian Murphy shows me that fork. I don't know where to go to find another one. Where does he find another one of those forks?
Oh, we found it.
He found it.
It's sitting on Royce's desk.
Right where it should be, of course.
Also the god awful noise Steve makes whenever we say anything slightly.
Like,
Oh, I know, and
Yeah.
tonight he's got to lean into Beka to do it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, how do you think I feel?
Yeah. And our other co-host, we don't talk a whole lot, but Dick Kazinia. Everyone,
Oh, jeez.
everyone loves Dick Kazinia. Yeah, he's a.
What is it? I need another pour.
So
World
I
famous
have my
everything.
own drinking game where every time Steve says that,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have to drink.
My wife tells me I can't say that anymore, which, what are you going to do? It's for the show.
Thumbs up.
He just closes the door so she can't hear.
Yeah, she can't hear.
So tell me where calling your wife the warden came from.
So back when I started this stuff, I'm a married guy, and I thought, you want to be on the shows? No, I don't want to be on the shows. Don't talk about me. Don't ever mention. Don't put me on any sort of social media. I have nothing to do with any of this. This is your thing. Leave me out of it. Well, I'm married. Some of my stories are going to involve my wife, right? I mean,
They have to.
The show is about everyday living, so we're talking about our personal lives. I can't act like I don't have one. This is not a good look if you're like, well, I'm single, or again, I'm not going to lie about that. So she is part of the show, kind of, but she doesn't want her name used on there. Now everyone kind of knows her name and all that, and we're kind of past that, but we still refer to her as the warden, and she actually likes it. She wants to get a name tag for the shop that says the warden.
Good.
She's looking for one. She wants to look like a badge, like a star, that says the warden.
Sure.
Like a prisoner, like a sheriff.
Yes, yeah. So she wants that. So she actually likes that because again, she didn't want her name used, and that's so I would always refer to her as the warden, the person who keeps you in jail.
Yeah. So I like
Right.
Take that however you want.
this.
The
stemmed
jail
off-
of the $5 teas.
Oh yeah. Oh, she's killing me with those things. Just
No.
my net worth is just draining. It's going at $5 at a time. So you don't even notice it really. If you're not smart about it, you don't notice it. $5. So there we go out to let's go out to lunch. There's $5 gone. Let's go out to dinner. Another $5.
Oh my god.
Okay. You're like, oh, no big deal, $10. Well, what about at the end of the week? Well, it starts to add up.
Steve
Okay.
still hasn't got his $75 tiki mug yet, so.
At least she's not ordering a cocktail at every meal. Like, imagine trying to take me out. Like, every time I'm just like, we're gonna get 2 old fashions over here every single time. I don't care.
And
if
they're
it's
both for you.
they're
Right.
both- So I'm like, like half my food bill is always like drinks. Like,
Uh-huh.
Right. Unless you're like Chris Schott, you just don't pay for him. Well, then we told that story on here, but yeah, Schott wanted some VIP-ness at Buzzard's Roost, and I did. I called in, did a favor, said, "Hey, take care of my buddy Chris Schott here," and they do. And he gets drunk. He drinks 9 old fashions in 2 hours, and and gets a bottle, grabs a bottle out of the gift shop that was for me, right? So then he gets drunk and he decides he wants to leave, so he calls Uber and is going to settle up his bill. They bring him the wrong bill, and so now he doesn't have his bill, and the Uber driver calls him, and he claims he doesn't even think about it. He just runs out the door because the Uber driver says, "I'm getting ready to leave," and so he runs out
Because
the door.
there's not another Uber driver.
Right, exactly.
the next one.
Well, they're going to charge him, $2 or something if he cancels. So, so he couldn't have that. My God, God forbid the man gets cost $2. So he runs out of a bill of.
Says the guy who won't pay $5 for a fucking
Right?
tea. Oh, God forbid, $2.
Yeah,
God
I'm drinking
forbid,
water there. I'm
God
drinking water.
forbid, $5.
Water
for
is
an
very
iced tea.
refreshing. Water.
Okay,
Is very
but on
refreshing.
the topic that she's the warden, I like that this stemmed off to a whole thing because Tim calls his wife the
The
general.
general.
Luke Carroll has the war department. Jeff has the artist. I like that people, like men on the show, started like just like not saying their ladies' names because they're like not part of it. Whether
Right.
if they wanted to be like, please come on and like we'll say your name all the time. But like they want their privacy, and I like that this stemmed into a whole thing where you're like your partners can have their privacy. It's like actually kind of nice.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's where the warden thing comes from. Again, when she's in the shop, she doesn't want people. Again, she's a good person. She's likable, and she likes Beka. When Beka comes over, it's not awkward or anything like that. She's friends with Beka. But, people she doesn't know, she's not comfortable just having small talk with. She doesn't want people coming up, know who she is, and saying her name, coming in the shop and be like, oh, that's Steve, and I know who you are.
But that makes sense, because when someone comes up to you and says your name, you feel like you should know who they are.
Yeah.
Like that, Steve.
So it's weird, though.
Don't make the warden seem awkward.
That's right. I'm just telling you how it is. I mean, this is
I don't feel like an asshole, because like if I'm in town, I'm at the barrel shop or wherever, some event, and they're like, "Hi, McNew," and I'm like,
I hate it.
I don't know.
I hate it. I know.
It makes me
preface it with, "Hi, McNew," or say, "Hi, McNew. I'm so and so. We've not met."
Yeah, you can.
You gotta say that, because I don't know who the fuck you are, man.
Feel like not a horrible person, because when they come up and say like, "Hi, McNew," I'm like, have I met you? Do I know you? And I feel like a dick the whole time. I still feel so bad. And I'm like, hi. And I'm like, I don't know their name. What's their name? I'm like, somebody help me. I'm like looking around. I'm like, nobody's helping me. And I'm just like, I don't know if I met this person or not. And I feel bad every time.
So when McNew and Beka are in the shop, they need handlers.
Yeah. I mean, I need a handler anyway, no matter where I'm at. Need one anyway.
So there you go. There's a little bit, just some of the inside jokes of the Bourbon Day. God, there's more. We could do this all night long, and it's hilarious. So
never challenge Beka to a boxing match.
No.
That video's been.
He likes to repost that video every once in a while.
Every once in a while, I like
to remind people.
Right.
Best video ever.
To you people who bet that McNew won't show back up to an event, she will. That's the last time.
McNew does have that ability to rally. I get you definitely would be better than me. If I'm down, I'm down for the count. If I'm so drunk I gotta go lay down, you won't see me again until the next day.
People are betting. They're like, is she gonna make it to the party? You're fucking right, I am. I'm gonna be there. Just give me 5 hours.
Yeah. Well, got to give you credit for that. So there you go. We'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Jeff, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me stalking Dick Is In Ya on Facebook, Instagram, and the Cigar Dojo. Jeff and Drizzy, 2 I's and 2 Z's.
Kathy.
I don't know if Jeff realizes what he just said.
He just said a lot.
But I'm not stalking Dick Is In Ya. Anyway, you can find me on Instagram at KKCastStrength. Posting never.
Yeah, posting never. Miss Beka Sue.
You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at Miss Beka Sue, 1K, no C's.
McNew.
Find me on Instagram at McNew, ABV.
For me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got that company website, abvnetwork.com. Check it out. Everything that we do is out there. Also, come by and see me, the ABV Barrel Shop, the place where you can try before you buy. Maybe Beka will be working. We've got her working at least 2 or 3 days a month there now. So, yeah, it's exciting. She loves it.
For free.
She loves it for free. Has to drive over, and and then she gets a frozen pizza when she gets here, which is nice.
It's such a blessing.
And there's no ranch on it. I don't.
No ranch. It's Tombstone.
Yeah.
I went all out. We had a Jack's pizza there. I was like, nope, that's not good enough.
Not good enough. You upgraded.
I'm gonna upgrade one to Tombstone.
Only Tombstone for me.
Yeah. Well, there you go. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I'd like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Peace.
Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing.
The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you are in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.